If your website gets traffic but barely turns it into leads, this video is going to change everything. Most people don't realize that the traffic isn't a problem and that the website isn't a system, and that costs you clients every week. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you the exact system we use to turn a brochure website into predictable inquiries and booked calls. And it's a simple flow. First, you get the traffic, then you build a trust, and that turns into bookings. Now break it down into 4 parts. So, my name is Silas, CEO and founder who build websites and lead systems for professional service businesses like law firms, dental clinics, and real estate. And what we learned is simple. The businesses that win don't have prettier websites, they have a system. First, we have authority, where we're making your business the safe choice, and then we're getting the website found, and then we're converting the traffic, and then we have speed to lead. And when we get to convert, I'll show you the exact reason most service businesses leak leads, even though they look professional. So stick around. So before we talk about getting found or conversion, we start with one thing: trust. Because trust is what turns traffic into bookings. Authority is simple proof that you're the safe choice, with clarity that makes people feel safe taking the next step. So people don't land on your website trying to be convinced, but they land on the website thinking, are you legit? Will this work for me? And later they think, what happens next? If you don't answer that fast, they bounce and compare you to someone else. So let's break authority down in 3 parts. We first have credentials, results, and process. This is the order that lowers risk fast, and the goal is simple: make them feel safe choosing you. Part 1. So credentials and track records. These are your fast trust signals. Licenses, certifications, years, specialization, and relevant experience. This matters because it reduces the risk in the first 5 seconds. Here's what you do. Go to your main service page near the top and add 3 to 6 trust signals that match the service. No random flex, no generic claims, only what removes the doubt for that exact service. And add 1 sentence: who you help and what the outcome for them are going to be. Part 2 is results. Credentials say that you're legit, while the results say that this works. Most websites have the reviews that say great service, but that doesn't move the needle. What you need to have is reviews that come with the problem and the output which your service gave to that person. Also remember displaying reviews in readable blocks. No sliders, no fancy animation, and no hidden reviews. Just keep it readable. Then add 2 to 5 short case studies. Use the same structure every time. The situation, what we did, the result, and what we do again. If you can't share names, keep it anonymous. That's fine. But be specific about the scenario and the steps you took. So part 3 is skin in the game. Your story, your standards, your process, and this is what makes you feel real and trustworthy. People buy confidence. They want to know what happens if they choose you. And we see a lot of visitors going straight to the about page. So if your about page is just a biography, you're wasting it. Your about page should be a trust page. Why you do it, keep it short, who you help, your processes in steps, and your standards and response time. Alright, so let's move on to getting found. So this is how you show up when people search for a problem you solve on Google and in AI assisted search. So Get Found has 3 parts. First is metadata, and then we have pages, and then we have content. What most businesses fail on is that they think they rank because they have a pretty website, but you rank because you have pages that matches the intent of the customers. The homepage is not your SEO strategy, your pages are. First, metadata. So keep it basic, don't go too nerdy, but one service should have 1 page, and the title should match what people actually search for. So start with the service, who it's for, and the intent. That's how Google understands the page. If you want, you could follow this template for the title. Here's a simple template. So you start with service for who, and then you add location or intent if that matters. Keep it simple, make it match what they type. Second is pages. Do you actually have the pages people need? The simplest structure is problems page, solutions page, and process. What happens next? You win by answering the real questions. So let me break it down with an example. So let's say we're making a page about bleeding gums, which is a problem. First, you explain why it matters. This might be because it can develop into more serious problems, what causes it, the symptoms, how you treat it, and how the consultation works. This is why specific problem pages win. They match the intent of the customers. So the third one is content. Content is proof and reach. Here you add case studies regularly, FAQs, cost and timeline pages, and what to do when pages. Anything that helps someone make a decision. So let's sum it up. Getting found is magic. It's pages, clarity, and consistency. Okay, so let's move on to part 3, convert. This is what happens from click to booked meeting, and this is where most websites leak leads, even though they look professional. So let me break it down. Convert has 3 parts. 1, call to action, low frictions, and what happens next. This is the stuff that actually turns visitors into inquiries. First, 1 primary call to action everywhere. If visitors have to think about what to do next, they leave. So pick 1 primary action, whether it's book a call or appointment, request a quote or contact. Just make it appear across the whole site. Second is making the first step effortless. Reduce friction. So make forms as short as possible. Give a clear promise and instant confirmations. If you use booking, make it simple. Pick a time, confirm, done. Third, what happens next? This is the section most websites miss. And a what happens next section on your website and service pages kills uncertainty and boosts conversion. It can be 3 steps. Book or contact, we respond and ask questions, you get a plan and next steps. So that's convert. Conversion is clarity. 1 call to action, low friction, and explain the next steps. Now let's move on to part 4, speed to lead and follow up. This is where deals are won or lost. Intent disappears fast. So let's break it down into 3 parts. So starting with fast reply, reminders, and follow up. Most businesses lose leads because they reply late and stop following up. So let's start with setting a response standard. Who replies? How fast? This is something you should set a target for. Maybe it's an owner, assistant, or an AI automation for a first response. Even if the response is just, got it, 2 quick questions so I can help you properly, this helps. Second is confirmation and reminders. Confirm instantly and remind before the meeting. People forget and get busy. Email and SMS if possible, and keep it short, clear, and no fluffy. So the third one is follow-ups. Most leads don't convert on the first touch, so use a simple follow-up sequence. A quick check-in, 1 helpful resource, maybe a blog article, and 1 clear call to action. So that's speed to lead. Most businesses lose clients because they reply late and stop following up. Alright, so let's recap. Traffic isn't the goals, bookings are. Your website needs a system with authority, being found, converting, and has good speed to lead. And the simplest way to remember it is first you get the traffic, then you build trust, and then clear steps towards the bookings. Next video, I'm going to break down the quiz landing page we use to qualify leads. It turns random inquiries into high intent leads, and it tells you exactly what the market cares about before you even speak to them. So here's what I want you to do next. Open your homepage, and in 5 seconds, is the next step obvious? If not, fix that first. If this helped, hit the like so YouTube shows it to more business owners who need it. And if you want us to map your customer journey and show you 2-3 biggest fixes on your website, you'll find a link in the description to book a free customer journey review. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.